Hi, it's Linda with No Frills ASMR. So today I thought we could just make a Thanksgiving Day shopping list, and I'll go over all the things that I'm going to cook and what I need to cook them. And maybe while doing that, we'll look at the Trader Joe's Fearless flyer or this other sales ad. And I have a few things here I'll show you that I bought at Trader Joe's that are kind of seasonal. Nothing much really as far as that goes. But one thing I bought is this candle. It's a cedar balsam scented candle. It is made with coconut soy wax blend, and it has aromatic notes of warm cedar wood and sweet balsam. I bought this candle last year, and I just love. Oh my gosh, you guys! I smell right now. It smells so nice. I love this kind of scent, and I like this candle because it isn't strong. Like, I don't really burn candles very much or very often, and most I find if I burn it, it'll be for like 3 minutes, and then I have to put it out because it's just overwhelming to me. I just don't like it. But this one I light and put it inside of my fireplace, so it kind of goes up the flue. The chimney. I don't know. But the wax melts, and it puts off the smell. It's so nice. I love it. I'll go for a walk. I'll light it, while my husband's in the living room playing guitar, and I'll go for a walk and come home, and it just smells so good in the house. So anyway, I thought I would light that. I have all these vintage matches. Certainly one of these must be able to light still, even though they're very old. This is from the Ritz-Carlton. Certainly that'll still work. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Yowza. I didn't want too much smoke because I have fire alarm outside the door, and the fire alarm detects the littlest bit of smoke. Okay, if you ever want to see, I think I've done 2 or 3 videos going through vintage matches, if that interests you. All right, so we'll have this burning over here, which is going to smell so good. I'll take a sip of my water. I should have gotten some more water. Okay, so my son is coming home from Boston for Thanksgiving, which is nice. And I haven't found out yet if his girlfriend's coming with him, so I have to find that out. And then my other 2 sons are coming over. I don't think either one of them are bringing their girlfriends or girlfriend. So I think it'll just be the 5 of us, but maybe 6. So first off, we'll have to get a turkey. My son in Boston said his work gave him a coupon for a free turkey. So he is going to purchase the turkey. I have been just getting the turkey breast lately because, like, look at this. The honeysuckle white frozen. Oh no, that's a whole turkey. They don't show a turkey breast, do they? But usually the turkey breast, it's more expensive per pound. But I just realized over the years, nobody's eating the big wings and drumsticks. And like with a chicken, I'd use them to make soups. But I'm not a fan of the dark meat turkey so much. And so I felt like I wasted it, and I didn't like that feeling. And you're paying for the poundage on these and these and these and these. So when I didn't really eat them, it was a waste of money. So I'd rather spend a little more per pound, but actually eat all of the stuff I'm spending money on. So I have been getting a turkey breast, but I don't know if the coupon my son has is going to be just for like a whole I don't know what it is. But anyway, so a turkey. Yeah. And then I always make mashed potatoes. And what am I, Dan Quayle? Potato. Okay. Sorry, I'm having a moment remembering if that was actually Dan Quayle or if that was the other guy. But anyway, that's besides. When I make this Thanksgiving meal, I don't try to do anything fancy because whenever I do fancy, my boys are like, oh, we just like it, classic, whatever. So I do, and I've talked about this last year, like the most all-American Thanksgiving. So my mashed potatoes consist of what I would need to shop for is potatoes. Now, I like the gold potatoes. They're like called Yukon Gold. Is that what they're called? I just think they taste yummier to me. And one time, a long time ago, Martha Stewart said she tried different ones and she thought the gold tasted the best. So I think ever since then I've bought the gold. But I do see like the russet potatoes. They have an 8-pound bag for $2.99. That's a lot of potatoes. And these make good potatoes too. So it depends on how expensive the gold are, how much of a price difference. I might get russet, but whatever. So potatoes, I boil them till they're soft. I put them in the bowl, and then I add butter. And I don't do like what the chefs do where they add like a whole 4 sticks of butter. I don't go that crazy. I just add, a half a stick of butter maybe. And then I use milk. And like my mom uses half and half. A lot of people use half and half. I just use my 1% or 2% milk. And I don't use like a ricer or whatever. I just use a beater, hand beater, until it's fluffy. And salt, which I already have. But those are the ingredients. I don't add garlic, green onion, sour cream, pepper, anything. I just do potatoes, butter, milk, salt. And that's yummy. All right, and then to go with mashed potatoes, obviously, gravy. So I'll probably use the juices from the turkey. But I will buy a container of probably chicken broth just in case I want to make, extra. And so for that, I'll need chicken broth. And then I also use a little bit of flour and butter. So I make a roux with butter and flour until it turns just, golden. Not necessarily like dark, just so it cooks the flour a little bit. And then add in the chicken broth or the turkey broth and mix that until it's bubbly and delicious. And then I usually add salt and maybe pepper, depends on my mood. But again, with that, you could make your gravy with mushrooms or garlic or onions or even caramelized onions or white wine, rosemary. You could put herbs in there, but my family likes just the classic plain old gravy. And if you accidentally make your gravy too thin, you can add more flour to it, but you have to do that and don't ask me the science behind it, but you have to take some of the hot broth out and then put flour in and mix it until it's like a thick surry, and then pour it in. Otherwise you'll get lumps, and you don't want lumps. Lumps are bad. And then the next thing I make is stuffing, sometimes called dressing. We call it stuffing, even though we don't anymore stuff the turkey. Growing up, we always stuffed it right inside the turkey, and it would sit out and you scoop it out of the turkey. But then the Thanksgiving of 1990, I think it was 7, we all went to my parents' house in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And that's where they were living at the time. And we had a Thanksgiving dinner, and my mom had bought a very, very large bird because there were so many people, and stuffed it. And by that time, it was already on the radar that maybe you shouldn't stuff your bird. And I think my husband, who's really a germaphobe, maybe, he was like, I don't think you should stuff it. But she did. And we all ate it. And if my mom listens to this, nobody holds it against you. I mean, maybe a little bit. But that night, everybody, well, not everybody, but myself, my husband, my sister-in-law, I think my sister and her husband were all sick, like majorly. I won't go into details, but someday I could tell that story separately. But sick enough that my husband and I went to the hospital, and he was really bad. He was all cramped up and had to get fluids. So I don't stuff the bird anymore. Anyway, the stuffing that they have on sale I see on here is this stovetop. And you know what? It's perfectly fine stuffing. I think my sister always uses it. It's 2 for $3. It's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I'll use real bread and rip it up and make it that way. So I do make stuffing different every year, kind of. But this year I bought this because it was on sale at Target. And I like this Pepperidge Farm herb stuffing. It's classic white and wheat breads blended with herbs and spices. I mean, really, you could just use whatever breadcrumbs, but this is pretty simple. So if you want to do the simplest version, you take the full thing of stuffing with 4 tablespoons of butter, and they say 1 cup each of onions and celery, and then 2 cups of chicken broth. If you really lazy, I have made it without the onions and celery, just stuffing, chicken broth, and a little butter, and it's fine. They have a recipe here. They say add in red onions, cranberries, pecans. What do they say to do? Heat butter in a 4-quart saucepan over medium-high heat. Add onion and celery and cook until vegetables are tender, crisp. Add broth and heat to a boil. Remove saucepan from heat. Add stuffing and mix slightly. Okay. Well, yeah, I like this herb seasoned one. What we do, because one year my son made this recipe and it kind of has become a family tradition, I guess, that we make our stuffing. We use, breadcrumbs or stuffing mix, whatever. So we'll need that. We will want some chicken broth. And then what we do is we use an apple. We chop up an apple and an onion and sausage. And we have gotten somehow in the habit of using the Morningstar Farm vegetarian sausage. We tried real sausage, but I don't know, we just didn't like it. So, but I would probably use any vegetarian sausage, but this Morningstar Farm seems to work pretty good. So we take the apple and onion and cut it into little pieces and cook that until it's kind of soft, and add the sausage and cook that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we add. If we have herbs, like sometimes I grow them outside, we might add a little sage or rosemary, but I don't have any right now. And then put the chicken broth in there and add the stuffing and flop it around, and then put it into a baking dish. And then at the end of, after the turkey's done and resting, you put it in the oven and just kind of let it get crusty on top. Okay. The other thing we eat is sweet potatoes. So we'll need to buy sweet potato. And then for years, I have done half of the sweet potato with marshmallow and half with brown sugar pecans. But because my husband insists on the marshmallow, because that's what he grew up with, I don't like that. But I noticed last year none of my boys wanted the marshmallow section. And then I looked over and my husband hardly had any marshmallows. So he like mentally wants the marshmallows, but his stomach wants the pecans. So I'll talk to him about it, but I buy like a whole bag of marshmallows. I only use a few, and then the rest just go to waste because I never eat marshmallows. But anyway, I will see. So maybe marshmallow. But what I do with my sweet potatoes, I boil them, I skin them, cut them into pieces, boil them till they're soft, take them out, and make them pretty much like mashed potatoes with butter and just a little bit of milk to kind of loosen them up. That's how I make them sometimes. Sometimes I'll add an egg and make it more like or 2 eggs, and make it more like a souffle situation, like a little lighter and fluffier, and add brown sugar and cinnamon to the mashed potatoes. I think I might do that this year. So I think for the sweet potato, I might do maybe an egg, butter. I have a recipe somewhere. Maybe a little bit of cinnamon. Maybe a little bit of brown sugar. Definitely a little salt. Most of these ingredients I already have. And then on top, I do pecans, brown sugar, cinnamon, again, 2 ounces of cinnamon, and maybe an egg in there. Trying to think, maybe melted butter. I can't remember. Do I do melted butter? I play this by ear. And so then mix that all up, and then you make this sweet potato, and you put it in your casserole, and then I put a few marshmallows on one corner for my husband, and then cover the rest in this delicious pecan mixture. And then it's like almost like a pecan pie on top of your sweet potato. That's my favorite thing. Okay, so what are we missing? We have turkey, mashed potatoes and gravy, stuffing, sweet potatoes. Well, my favorite thing is cranberry sauce. Now, I remember a time when my boys didn't like my most delicious homemade cranberry sauce, and they always wanted the can. And so a couple of years ago, I bought the can and made my homemade like I used to, and nobody touched the can. They all wanted my homemade. And that's when I knew that my boys had become men. But anyway, because the can, it's like Jell-O, really. So for cranberry sauce, all you need is the bag of cranberries. And when you look at them, make sure they're hard. Make sure there aren't any like gushy cranberries, because that's not good, or really yellow. You want them red and kind of solid. So you need cranberries, a bag of those, and then usually a cup of sugar, white sugar, and a cup of water. And you just put that all in a pan and boil it till they go pop, 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 pop. And maybe a little lemon juice. That's whatever you could add. You don't have to. And then you can kind of squish them a little. I'll try to do some cooking videos showing some of this maybe. But then go out and get yourself the most beautiful crystal glass bowl to put your cranberry sauce in. Oh, it's so good with turkey. Okay. And then my kids always say they want bread. I always forget to make the bread, because who has room for bread with all But I do buy it so that the day after Thanksgiving, we can have sandwiches if we want, leftover sandwiches. So some kind of like roll. I see in here they have these King's Hawaiian on sale. I don't like these, but everybody else in the whole world seems to love them. I find them sweet. I don't like sweet bread, but maybe I'll get these because I don't really eat the bread anyway. So, oh, I forgot like a green. Hold on. Ow. Okay. I make the world's worst. A lot of people hate it. I actually love it. But I use the canned green beans. So bread, I don't know. I'll just see what's on sale. Green bean casserole. Is that what you call it? Maybe. Casserole. So I buy canned green beans, and sometimes, because I'm really wild, I'll get a can of the traditional like fatter cut and then a can of the French cut and mix them together. Or you can do all one or all the other. It just depends on how you like your green beans. But I might need to make extra because last year we didn't have enough of these for leftovers. Everybody ate them all. That's how much my family loves. So you do canned green beans and then, and this is gross, and I do this differently. I actually do this, but what you can do is a Campbell's cream and mushroom soup. Oops. Cream of mushroom. So you mix those together, and on the can of one of those, they'll have the recipe. They add other things. I don't even remember what, like milk and stuff. I feel like I just do these two and maybe a tiny bit of milk and salt, or not salt, but just pepper because it's pretty salty. I feel like that's all I do. And I mix those up. And then, let's see if they're in here. Look, here are the cranberries. 2 for $5. That's like a good price. You could do 2 bags if you think you have a lot of people and just double the recipe. Where are the... That's weird that they don't have, those French's fried onions. They don't show those, but I actually get the ones at Trader Joe's. I think they're a little bit like less preservatives, but they make these in a can. They're fried onions. Those things are delicious. When I have leftovers, I'll just sit and eat them out of the can. But you put that all over the top of this mixture and then cook it in the oven. Like this is usually all stuck in after the turkeys come out. I'll just put them in there. And yeah, that's delicious. All right, are we forgetting anything? Green beans, cranberry sauce, sweet potato stuffing, gravy, mashed potato, turkey. I don't, as you may know, I don't really like making pies. My personal favorite pie at Thanksgiving is pumpkin pie. No. Oh my gosh. Pecan pie. My son's favorite is pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie, I could take it or leave it. I'll usually have like a bite just because it's Thanksgiving. My husband's favorite is apple. But we don't need this many pies. And since I'm putting the pecans on the sweet potato, I usually don't bother getting myself a pecan. Although, I think it was last year, I bought pumpkin and apple, and my son and husband went out without me knowing and got me a pecan pie because they were like, you should have a pie you like too. So, I don't know. But one of the easiest pies in the world to make is a pecan pie. It's simple. So if you need to bring a pie to an event, just make the most basic pecan pie recipe. And it's simple and delicious. But I don't know if I'm going to bother with all that. So I might just buy, like a Murray calendars or something, apple pie at Costco for like $6. They have a pumpkin pie, but I swear it's this big. But if I happen to be there, maybe I'll pick one up and send it home with my sons because they don't live here, so I don't know. And then maybe I'll make a pecan pie with you guys or something. I know what I did last year. I remember now. I had that pecan pie and I was like, I'm always way too full after dinner to eat dessert, so I never eat dessert. So on Thanksgiving morning for breakfast, I had pecan pie, and then I didn't eat again until dinner, which was at like 4. So I recommend pie for breakfast because you'll never be able to eat it. You'll be so full. Okay, did I forget anything, guys? I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, coffee and pie for breakfast. Yes, please. So speaking of coffees, I went to Trader Joe's the other day, and I don't like flavored coffee generally. I mean, like I'll drink like a caramel macchiato from Starbucks, although I don't know anymore, they're too sweet, but I used to like those. But like flavored coffees, I just never, I find them, I don't know, unpalatable. But this said cinnamon spiced coffee. And so I thought maybe it would just like be slightly infused with cinnamon. So I thought, I'm going to try this. Because, it's basically coffee and cinnamon. And sometimes I put cinnamon grounds in my coffee when I brew it, just to get that, taste. Well, I made this. It smells nice. I didn't love it. It's too much. I don't know. So I think what I'll do is brew my regular coffee and then just put like 1 scoop of this on top I just want like a breath of cinnamon. I just want a hint. I don't want to taste cinnamon above coffee. I want it to be coffee with like a whisper of cinnamon. But anyway, it's okay. So you might like it. It just depends on where you are with flavored coffees. The ingredients say, how do you say this word? Arabica? I don't know how to say it. Coffee. This is one of those words like you read all the time, but I don't really know. Cinnamon and natural flavor. I don't know what the natural flavor is, but I wish they'd just done the cinnamon. Anyway, so I got that, but then I also got this one. And this is kind of like, I don't know, their special coffee right now, I guess. First of all, the bag's really, really, really cute. I love it. It's whole bean, and I do have a grinder here at the house, but I don't know, I've been lazy in the mornings lately, and I just want to be able to dump my coffee in. So I ground it at the store. This one was pre-ground, but this one you grind it. And I have now bought this Mexico La Concordia small lot coffee. I've bought it twice. It's like $10 a bag, I think, or maybe $9. But so I could get a less expensive coffee, but I just wanted to try this. And I have a buy me a coffee link, and some people bought me a coffee, so I was like, I'm buying Linda a coffee. Thank you very much. So everybody who's done that, thank you so much. I actually bought coffees and I thought of you when I did. But this is yummy. I like this so much, and it smells really nice. It's a light roast with notes of fresh fruit, chocolate, and caramel. USDA organic. Yeah, I think this one's good. Really good. So if you have this in your store, you might try it and see what you think. The smell is really nice too. I don't even know how to describe coffee. Maybe it is fruity. I don't know, but there are just some coffees that this This tastes like coffee you get when you go to a coffee shop as compared to others. So yeah, I would recommend trying that one. The other things I bought at Trader Joe's real quick, nothing to do with Thanksgiving dinner, but they have cards there for 99 cents. So I always buy cards there. But I got this one that says happy birthday. Wherever this year takes you, enjoy the journey. And then it has a bald eagle. So I bought this to send to my brother for his birthday, which is in November. And usually when I see him, we're traveling and hiking and stuff. So I thought that would be good for him. And like I said, they're 99 cents for their cards there. I think that's a good value for those. And then I bought these. I don't know why, it's kind of silly, but these are Advent calendars. And they're 24-day Advent calendars. And they have pieces of milk chocolate under each day. So, I'm never really sure. Do you start at 1 and work your way up, or do you start at 24 and work your way down? Does it tell you? Nope. But anyway, these at Trader Joe's, they're like a couple dollars, and they're super cute. And if you see them there, you have to buy them right away because they sell out. And I was thinking of sending my parents like a Thanksgiving card and, like a little Thanksgiving present. And so I thought these might be fun because before Halloween, when I was there, my dad kept asking, is tomorrow Halloween? And I'd say, no, it's not for 2 weeks, and he kept he has Alzheimer's, and he kept not being sure what day Halloween was. And I said, well, before Halloween, I'll send you candy so it's Halloween time. So I thought maybe this, I don't know if they'll do it or not, but maybe they could after dinner, open it up and then know how many days are left before Christmas. So I don't know, maybe. If I don't end up sending it to them, I have some neighbor kids who would probably like it anyway. So, or I'll go on my neighborhood Facebook group, and because these sell out and people are always looking for them. So I don't know what I'll do. But I just thought it might be fun for my mom and dad to do a countdown to Christmas. They're cute. It's got Santa Claus, and he has aliens grabbing up Rudolph. And this mid-century house, a little cabin, and a castle with a dragon and a sailor. Oh, look, and this tree has an owl. And there's a kitty cat. And then this one has a polar bear decorating the tree. I don't know if these will be too hard for my dad to see. The writing's so small. Well, either way, they can eat the candy if they want. All right, let's see what the Fearless flyer says here. This will remind me if I forgot anything. This is the November Fearless flyer, Nuts About Rosemary mix. That's, they put rosemary on nuts. I don't know about that. A flock of turkeys arrives the week of November 14th. I bet my son probably can't use his coupon at Trader Joe's. Usually those you have to use at a regular grocery store. Stuffing seasoned snacks. I don't know about that. Triple cream apple brandy brie. I'd have to have a sample of that one. Persimmons demystified. I've never had one, I don't think. Yes, I have. I have had it, but I don't remember it. Our non-astringent Fuyu persimmons. I don't know if I'm saying that. Are harvested at peak ripeness and can be eaten as is. No lengthy countertop ripe straightening or peeling required. At first bite, you'll notice a surprisingly firm apple-like crispness. Keep on savoring, and your taste buds are treated to a mild and unique peach, plum, apricot, cinnamon flavor. Next thing you know, you've devoured the whole fruit in one go. I don't know. Some wine in your cheese, creamy Toscano cheese soaked in Chardonnay or Syrah soaked. I have had the cheese soaked in Syrah, I think. It was good. I like the cheeses at Aldi, actually. Give thanks to TJ's seasonal bouquets. Okay, mushroom soup and gourmet fried onions. Yeah, TJ's gourmet fried onion pieces take allium accoutrement to the next level. Our supplier in the Netherlands breeds breads Dutch onions with wheat flour and fries them till golden, crispy, and melt in your mouth good. Yeah, I'll probably get some of those. And I'll probably get the green beans, and they have a mushroom soup. That's probably a little better quality, so I might get all of that stuff there. In my green beans, I think sometimes I add like Parmesan cheese. How do you spell Parmesan? I don't know. I'm missing a letter. Parmesan. A little Parmesan in there sometimes. Doesn't matter. You can do it or not. Mashed sweet potato and mini marshmallows. They have marshmallows there. They used to only have like vegan marshmallows, which I never tried. Yeah, they have. You can buy mashed sweet potatoes in their frozen section. They come like in little pellets. And sometimes I buy those just to put into other foods to make them healthier. But you could use that if you didn't feel like skinning potatoes, A flock of turkeys, brined, bone-in half turkey breast. I don't mind the bone in the turkey breast, and then just get a whole turkey breast with the bone. I think the bone helps make it taste better. I don't know. Herb seasoned brined bone-in half turkey, so that's a bone-in one. $4.99 per pound. So that's substantially more than the 78 cents. So, I don't know. See, they're doing like this herb butter and rubbing it under the skin. I tell you what, I have found that if you just salt and pepper the outside of the turkey and put it in the oven, maybe cover it. I'll have to remember how you do it, but cover it for the first part and then take it off and let the skin kind of brown out. It's going to be delicious. But sometimes my kids or somebody wants to be in charge of the turkey. I'm like, have at it. And they'll take the butter and shove it under there. I used to do that kind of thing. I think it all just kind of melts out. I know chefy people tell you to, but it's like, especially if you buy like butterball turkey, because they shoot it up with so much liquid and juice. Like literally they like pump the turkey up, the meat, and it stays moist. And a lot of that juice will drip down. You can use it for gravy. That's, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, you can do this. What are they saying to do? Using a food processor, chop a third of each package of sage, rosemary, and thyme. Mix herb, salt, pepper, and butter until well combined. Place mixture on parchment paper and roll into a log. Refrigerate until firm. Bundle the other 2/3 of herbs with kitchen twine and set aside for stuffing the cavity. What are they making the herb butter for? It's a turkey roasting guide. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. Unwrap turkey. Take out the giblets. Locate and remove the neck. Loosen skin by gently sliding your fingers between the skin and breast. and working them down to the thigh. Oh, sounds kind of sexy. Cut 3/4 of the herb butter log into discs. Rub one disc on the outer skin and carefully push the remainder under the skin. Fill the cavity with onions, lemons, and the bundle of herbs. Melt remaining butter for basting. All right, I have done all this, and it's nice. You can do it. It'll make everything smell good. It feels like you're doing something, But I'm telling you, if you don't, you don't. You can put a little water in the base of the pan. It'll kind of steam it. It's not the end of the world. If you have time and you want to, go for it. Like I've done put the onion and the lemon inside. It's good. It helps keep some moisture inside of there so that your meat doesn't dry out. But you could also just put a little water in the bottom of the pan. I'm just saying, if you're pressed for time or money, because that costs money, buying all the herbs and the butter and the lemon that's just money that you don't really need to spend if you don't need to. All right, turkey gravy. Yeah, they sell a pre-made turkey gravy in a box at Trader Joe's. And I was going to say I bought that last year, but you know what? Maybe I didn't. I think I was going to buy it in case I needed it for leftovers, but I don't think I actually did, so I don't know how that is. But I have bought their cranberry sauce in a jar, and the ingredients of that are just cranberries and sugar. So it's basically the exact same thing that I do at home, and it's good. So if you don't feel like making cranberry sauce, you can buy their jarred stuff and just put it into a bowl or whatever. Butter with brown sugar and maple syrup. Yummy. Cranberries, sauced, relished, or chutneyed. I don't like chutneyed cranberry. First, there's Trader Joe's original cranberry sauce. Consider this an elevated version of the nostalgic canned version you used to enjoy as a kid. This one's in a jar like jam. Yeah, I usually buy one of these in case I run out of cranberry for leftovers. And I eat it with chicken, later on if I don't. In fact, the ingredients aren't all that different from your favorite fruit preserves. It's simple yet profoundly tasty combination of cranberries, sugar, water, and pectin that creates a balanced sweet tart flavor with velvety texture. Okay, so they're adding pectin that makes it sort of gel more, but the truth is cranberries gel on their own. So if you make the cranberries like I told you on the stove and then just leave them sitting till they cool, they will become like gelatin like, and then you just stick it in the refrigerator. And then they have all these chutneys that have things in them like ginger and orange relish. I don't need any of that. Harvest apple salad kit. Worry your sweet potato sous chef. Organic potato medley. Hot cocoa, just stir away. I look forward to when it's like winter snowy and coming in and having a hot cocoa. I do enjoy that. I make a homemade hot cocoa. Maybe we'll do that together. It's easy and delicious. Non-dairy cinnamon bun oat creamer. Teeny pies, big hit. They have teeny tiny apple pies. Oh, they're talking about those like that. I don't want one that small. Trader Joe's apple crumble pie. I think I bought their apple pie, and I think my husband was like, he liked the Marie Callender's better. Oh, look, I may have to do that crossword. Ain't no lie, baby, pie, pie, pie. Ain't no lie, baby, pie, pie, pie. I get it, and I don't even listen to boy bands. Jumbo pomegranates. That always makes me think of my dad. He didn't cook or anything, but for some reason he'd go buy a pomegranate and open it up, and I was always like, oh, that's so cool. Magnificent mirepoix. We nailed these 9-inch candles. Thanksgiving in a jar. If you bottled up summer, it would taste like tropical fruit, Independence Day, smoky barbecue. Fall, pumpkin spice. Thanksgiving, well, that's a little hard. Okay, maybe a lot hard. This holiday has a flavor and aroma that's instantly recognizable, yet difficult to describe in just a few words. Fortunately, you don't need words when Trader Joe's Everything But the Leftover Seasoning Blend captures the essence of Thanksgiving in its. I thought this was going to be a drink. I thought it was going to, I don't know why, when I heard bottled up, I thought it was like going to be a soda. I was like, gross. Here's their shopping list. Drumstick decorating kit. They're like cookies. They'll look like drums. Oh, caramel pretzel drumsticks. Sparkling honey crisp apple juice beverage. That's kind of fun if you have kids and you want to have like a toast. You can pour like a sparkling apple cider into their champagne flutes. Apple cinnamon buns and Nicaraguan small lot coffee. Yeah, I thought about trying that one, but I liked this one so much. I was like, I want this one. Anyway, okay, well, there we go. I'll have to do the crossword. All right, guys, well, let me know. I will try to think if there's a way I can do like some cooking. I'm not like a pre-cooker with Thanksgiving. I usually do it all day of. But maybe I could try to make a few things in advance. My boys are running a race in the morning, so I don't know if I'll go to the race. So maybe I should try to pre-make some things and I could do videos with that. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, all right, guys, I will talk to you soon. Let me know if you have like a favorite recipe. I could go through I have this Cook's Illustrated book, so maybe we'll go through that and look at some recipes for Thanksgiving one day. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. I'll show you, hold on. This book, look at it. It's huge. But they have some Thanksgiving recipes that we could just take a look at, maybe. I don't know. 2,000 recipes from 20 years of America's most trusted